Hey guys, welcome back to our Montana Homestead here in FS25. Today, well, a lot's going on today. We are right at the tail end of winter. It's been a few months, and I want to bring you guys up to speed on everything. So it's been a few months. I took a few months to work on and grow the farm a bit. It's no longer the Homestead Challenge, and now it's just, yeah, the challenge part ended some time ago. A lot of things have happened since last time because now our homestead is a legitimate farm. We've got another new field. So let's, we got a long drive back home here. I'll catch you up on this. So after harvesting and baling our new field, our new big clover field, and running all the bales, it took several trips running the bales, also working our other small back field in the back of the property. A couple months later, it was time to harvest the field again. We did end up retiring the Fendt tractor that we had. We got a John Deere. The Fendt tractor was just taking too many repairs. It was taking too many repairs. It was costing too much. The repair costs really get quite a bit after a while. So we replaced it with a John Deere. It's doing just fine. So we harvested that field another time. That would have been September. In September, we harvested the field again. So between the harvests in... when was it? Was it May? It was June. Yeah, between the harvest in June and then September, we brought in a total of about $700,000, I think, from that field. Clover was really, really profitable. We used that profit to buy another field across the road, and we've rearranged our fields some. So the field, what was the clover field, is, well, it's all empty now, but it's going to be corn. We'll be doing grass in the new field we bought across the street, and we got rid of the small field in the back of our lot because, well, we've got the two big corn fields in the front of our property, and we've got the grass field across the street, and now that big, the 20-acre field. We also got a new tractor. We do finally have a larger tractor. Yeah, we got a big John Deere as well. We got a big John Deere tractor. So we're still using mostly medium equipment, but we do have the big John Deere tractor now, which can accommodate bigger equipment. And here we are. Here's our new big grass field. Everything's empty right now. Here, let's pull over. Everything is empty right now. So that field there that you see across the street, it's the same size as the other ones. Here, we'll just pull it up on the map. You can see it's right here. Oh, it looks like there's still some work to do out there. I'm still in the middle of cultivating it. Yeah, so we'll be doing that some today. So this here, let me get my cursor. This will be easier. All right, so yeah, everything is empty. Well, this is going to remain corn just like it was. This field, which was clover, is now going to be corn. So this is all going to be corn. And this is going to be grass. Not clover, not alfalfa, just grass. This field is now wiped out because we want room to start building buildings, which we've kind of started on. And we have some new equipment. As you can see, we got a new auger. I wanted a new auger. I probably said it a few times. Well, this was used. I got this used for only $9,000. So I jumped on that. I said, hey, we could always use a new auger because eventually we'll need it. Wow, look at these empty fields. So I probably showed you some clips of footage that I've taken as I've been working on the farm over these past few months. It is now February. And next month, we're going to start planting. Next month, we're going to plant grass. So we're doing grass for a couple of reasons. This goes into partly some of the equipment that we've changed up here. Also, yeah, we need to start building buildings. As you can see, looks like someone's been playing in their bedroom and they left the toys sitting out everywhere. Yeah, because we don't have enough buildings for all of our tools. So that's part of the reason why we got rid of this grass field. Now we have more farmyard to build buildings. I started by putting a hayloft back here. That's what this building is here. Let's go back over here. We'll drop off our auger while we're back here. I put the hayloft back here. I guess you call it a hayloft. It's a building that stores, it's a bale storage building, right? We'll call it the hayloft. Put it back here by the, some of this, you know, what I would consider similar storage, like the corn, you know, dry corn storage and the temporary silos. So back here we have it's the bale storage. That's going to be handy because we've been creating a lot of bales. Just drop this auger off somewhere back here. Oh yeah, we got new semi-trailers. New semi-trailers there. They'll hold more product. And you may notice it's a different bale loader. Well, thing with the bales is we're swapping from square bales to round bales. Yeah, a lot of stuff has changed. That's why, so it's been a few months, a lot of stuff has changed. And I was like, well, let's update everyone when everything gets refitted. Changed all of our baling equipment from square bales to round bales, and I'll show you why. So the process on our grass field, let me fire this up. The process on our grass field was it was 160 bales, and the June harvest and the September harvest was 166 bales. That's a lot of bales to not only bale, but to wrap. So we swapped to a round baler, because with a round baler, we can bale and wrap at the same time. And actually save some money, because round baling equipment is cheaper. So we actually saved money as well. I'm going to get this auger in place here, just kind of vaguely by the cover's not even open. Yeah, so let me just park it somewhere by this silo here. So yeah, so what we have here is a round bale trailer. So here's the thinking with that. This holds more bales. Instead of the 14 bales that the square bale trailer held, this holds 24. This holds 10 more bales. The bales are only slightly smaller. The bales are only 500 liters smaller, the bales that we're making. So overall, this holds a lot more bales. And let's go check out our baler. So using a round baler means we can wrap them as we're doing them. Now round balers are slower because round balers have to stop in between each bale. But what it can do is, the thing is, the time it takes to stop for a bale is way less than the time it takes to wrap a bale. So what we can do is this machine stops after each bale, but it discharges the bale into the wrapper, and then we're already moving toward the next bale while this thing is wrapping that bale. So it's going to save us an immense amount of time. When you're talking, well over 150 bales in the field, this thing's going to be our best friend. So we actually saved money doing the swap over from square bales to round bales. So yeah, a lot of stuff's changed. And we changed from clover to grass. So this was our clover field over here. I have cultivated all that under. This is going to be corn. We get that long, narrow field. I feel like a long, narrow field lends itself better to grass. And a swap to grass. Grass will be lower yield than the clover, but we'll be able to harvest it every other month. Also, clover and alfalfa, being custom crops, didn't want to work with this particular machine. We were able to wrap the bales with the bale wrapper, but it's a little more complicated here. We come into a mod issue because I have a mod called Round Baler Extension, which allows you to use round balers more efficiently. If you use round balers, you simply must use Round Baler Extension. But the mod Round Baler Extension will not let machines like this wrap custom crops. Just how it is. So we had to swap to grass. I hope that's not too complicated. It was a weird thing. It took me a minute to figure out. But everything will be the same here, really, except we have more fields to work. We still have our Steyr tractor. Where's our John Deere? It's around here somewhere, our John Deere tractor. And then let's go get in the big John Deere tractor because we're going to be cultivating the field, our new field across the street. There's just a few bits of it left to cultivate. Well, I don't know where our... Oh, it's probably over here. In fact, we probably already saw it. It's probably over here by the other machines. So back here, we're going to have plenty of room for more buildings, which is good because the buildings we're going to add are pretty big. We're going to wait till we have money. Oh, yeah, the other tractor, we were literally right beside it. Yeah, I just didn't see it over here. So there's our new John Deere. It doesn't quite have as much horsepower as the Fendt, but it's fine. So here's our new John Deere tractor. It's, yeah, it's a good old reliable tractor. It was within our price range. There's some more work I'd like to do to it. When we get some more money, I'd like to put maybe another set of wheels on it, get triple wheels on it. But yeah, this can, right now we're just using this disc harrow. Of course, this tractor can pull a much bigger tool, but right now we're using what we've got. So we just got a little bit more here to do on this field. And hopefully we can get this done before the snow starts accumulating. That's why, yeah, I wanted to get out here to the field and start working. I'm sorry it took so long to catch everything up on the farm. But I felt like the farm was kind of in a place where it needed some time to work on some stuff before another. I feel like the episodes would have gotten repetitive if we kept, because it was going to be the same thing. For the rest of last year, it was just going to be more harvesting grass, and it was a lot of bales. Now, I got to steer this tractor through this thing myself because articulated tractors don't like to follow these kinds of GPS lines. They like to do that. Yep. Yeah, this thing's been a bit of a pain on here. Yeah, don't ask me why they do that. Yeah, this tractor really would work better with a wider cultivator. And I'm keeping an eye on used equipment, which we could use this, but we can also wait. Don't have a, I used a lot of our money. We saved some money with some of the equipment we changed out. Other stuff costs more. This tractor, well, yeah, the harvest from our clover field bought this field here, which, yeah, it's the same size as this one here. You know, different shape, but it's the same size. With money from our clover field, we bought this field and bought the tractor. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's pretty much where most of the money would have gone. We still have some corn to sell. Our corn is, oh yeah, I missed that in the update. Yeah, we harvested our cornfield, and it made a lot of corn, a lot more than our last harvest. And it's in the dryer, it's drying, it's taking time and just drying a little bit at a time. And here in a few months, we'll take another load of it to sell. So we still do have about, oh, I don't know, probably 70,000 liters of corn we're waiting to be run through the dryer. We might get a bigger, more efficient corn dryer. I'll have to look at that whenever we look at expanding or adding to our silos. We'll look at possibly an additional and or bigger corn dryer. All right, so this field, it's got this little zigzag in it, like I mentioned. Now this time I'm going to try to do it better. Try to do this a little bit better. What we're going to do is we're just going to disengage the GPS right here and just steer the tractor ourselves. Just the way the GPS steers it, it hooks it out too wide. There we go. That's all you got to do. If you're driving an articulated tractor, you just, those little zigzags are really tricky with this, because the way it steers these things, it waits till like the entire tractor is, I think what it does is it steers with the center of the tractor, so it gets the center of the tractor on the line and then it turns it. And with these big tractors, it's swinging my cultivator way too wide. I'll show you what I mean right here. Here's what I'll do. I'm going to turn around. I'm going to lock onto this line here. Now watch how the tractor turns into it. Watch how the tractor turns into it. See this? Yeah, it turns in wide and misses the whole first bit down there. Yep, so there's just a little bit of this left. And we also have to spread lime. So here's what we got to do. This year, we're going to be planting this field here next month. Next month in March, we're planting this field. So what we're going to do is, the snow is just going to start collecting. So hopefully we could finish this before the snow starts collecting. We're going to move into March. We need to spread lime on this field here and our two cornfields on either side of our driveway. Yeah, this field here and the two across the street over there. We got to spread lime on. And we don't have proper lime spreader. Well, we've got a fertilizer spreader. I mean, yeah, so we're gonna have to get lime and either rent a spreader. Probably that would be the best thing, because our fertilizer spreader that mounts to the tractor just simply doesn't hold enough. So I'll have to rent a spreader, I guess. We'll figure that out. So we're gonna plant grass. First spread lime, then plant grass, and then in April we'll plant corn. Well, I really did not realize how much had been going on in the past few months. I've been so busy actually doing stuff here, and yeah, so much stuff to catch up on. Oh, do I need to? Nope, it barely got it all. Okay, well, one more row after this. This is the tractor I want to use for this tool, although, yeah, this particular one, the other tractor works best, but trying to save hours on the tractor, so we'll use this one for the cultivating. We'll get a bigger cultivator for it when we can afford to. Yeah, this cultivator is so lightweight compared to the tractor that you see whenever I turn, it whips around. Pretty much no matter how slow I turn the tractor, and it's just because the tractor is so much heavier than this cultivator. So much heavier. Okay, now this time I'm gonna see. I had to go back and correct some from the last run. Let's see if we can do this a little better. Steer it through here myself. Although, to be fair, if there's any places we've missed, our seeder, which I just saw another one, our seeder should still plant there. Our seeder is a direct seed drill. It technically does not require that we cultivate, but I don't want any missed spots of grass. It would just look bad, you know, being grass. Yeah, this tractor whips this cultivator around so much. It looks, well, it's so lightweight. It's compared to the tractor, I can just back it up. Like, I can just literally just push the thing backwards like this. It's so, it's not lightweight. How much does it weigh? Does it tell me? Yeah, 4 tons. It weighs 4 tons. But our new John Deere tractor here, 27 tons. Yeah, so it flings that thing around like it's a Tinker toy. Yeah, this is it for our new grass field right here. This is the last bit that needs to be cultivated. And I feel like we're just beating the snow. I feel like it's going to start accumulating any minute now because it's already 1:30 in the afternoon. It's been snowing, I don't know how long, but it feels like all day. It says, the top there says 3 to 4 centimeters expected. So it should really be collecting any time now, but we got our field work done just in time. Yeah, we're going to have to source some kind of lime spreader. We can use, yeah, so like I said earlier, we can use our fertilizer spreader. It's going to use it up really fast, though. But we can use it. Maybe that is the way to go. We'll get a bunch of lime, park it on our farm, and just refill off of that. And look at that. Our driveway is literally right here. Handy, handy location. Trying to figure out how should we transport the lime. We can put it in a trailer, or we can bring it home in big bags. Well, see, we could bring it home in bulk, but we don't have any way to properly store it. Don't have any kind of, I mean, not yet, anyway. Man, look at all these empty, barren fields. It looks so, yeah, a little depressing. My screen recorder crashed, and I lost maybe a few minutes of footage. So I'm not exactly sure where I lost it, but we're picking back up. So it is March. Yeah, we went into March. I did a couple things around the farm. Let's see. Yeah, I decided we're going to load the lime in bulk. As you can see here, we're loading the lime in bulk. What I did was I cleared out a spot in one of our sheds. There was a place where there was some straw bales stored. I took those straw bales out and made room. We're going to dump the lime in there. I decided, you know, of the ways to do the lime, I decided bulk storage. The problem with that, of course, is that we have to somehow get it home. Lime is very heavy, so let's hope we can make it up this hill. So yeah, my screen recorder crashed, and luckily I only lost the time that I didn't realize it had crashed. So, friendly PSA. Always record in MKV format. I was recording in MKV format. Luckily, nothing was lost. Had I been recording in MP4, I would have lost. The whole thing would have been corrupted. Yeah, if you're recording in MKV and if it crashes, you still have all your video there. Just it's one extra step to render it. But anyway, because of that, I got all the video except for when I didn't know that it had crashed, and I looked up at my recorder and I was like, "Why is my equalizer bar? Why are my audio bars not moving?" Anyway, but we're back. I think the only thing that we lost in the recording was like 5 minutes when we rolled over to March. So we're in March and we're bringing home some lime. So side note there. Now that it's March, we're gonna, well, our front cornfield and our grass field across the street need lime. We don't have the lime spreader. I say let's try it with our fertilizer spreader. Let's see how far we get with our fertilizer spreader. It only has a capacity of about 3,000 liters. And it's going to be insanely heavy. 3,000 liters of lime is a lot of weight to hang on the back of a tractor. But we'll see about that. We may have to rent a lime spreader. One good thing is we don't use this trailer for really... I've not been using this trailer for anything. I just got it at the farm as an extra trailer. So we can dump some of the lime out. See, I'm not sure we have room for this entire trailer worth of lime, so we'll dump some of it out and work from that pile. Well, there's our grass field looking super empty. It's cool now. You know, we're coming into our farmland sooner. Yeah, we're already into the area of our farmland. Next up, well, this field here is our next purchase. So yeah, I guess I forgot that at the beginning of the video. Our new goal is, okay, so it's no longer really the Homestead challenge. It was at the beginning, but the Homestead rule set is only challenging at the very, let me come to a very careful stop. Ooh, I was moving fast with a huge load of lime. Had I slammed on the brakes, that trailer would have come around and flipped the whole thing. I got it stopped. All right, so it's really only a Homestead challenge for the first bit. We've overcome that, as you know, we now own these fields and this field. The next logical thing is this field. Now, as it happens, so right now we own 60 acres. Yes, about 20 here, 20 here, 20 here. This field here is, let's see. I'm guessing it should be about 40 acres because it's twice the size of these. Let's look at it. Okay, actually, this is about 42 acres, but we'll just call it, well, the reason I say that is the new challenge is the 100-acre farm. That's our new goal. All right, our first goal was raising a homestead from nothing, and now we have all these fields, and that's kind of why I've taken a few months to work this and build it up a little bit before this episode, because the new thing we're going into is, it's now, our new goal is the 100-acre farm, because with that field over there, we'll have 100 acres. Technically a little over, but I bet you if you cut this out, this right here that we cut out to be our farmyard, I bet if you take that out, have a pretty even 100 acres across these fields. So that's our new goal. I should have remembered to say that at the beginning. Maybe I'll put that in an intro or something, which you would already know because you've already watched the beginning of this. So over here, I don't remember, so I don't remember what I recorded earlier. If you didn't see it, if it got lost in the OBS crash, I loaded up this straw here to make room to dump this lime in there. Now the problem is going to be, how do I back this trailer up into there? Well, we need to clear some space. We got to move some stuff out of the way. That trailer's really heavy. It's not going to want to turn. We're going to need a pretty straight shot to get it loaded in there, to get it backed in there. So we're going to have to move this equipment here because we want as much of a straight shot as we can get into the lime, into where we're putting the lime, which is right in there. All right, got everything moved out. We'll just back this mower out of the way here. All right, that should give us room to back this. I want a straight shot, you see, back into the place where the lime is going, because to back this trailer up, we're going to have to block the front axle, so the front axle won't turn. And because this trailer weighs about 20 tons, yeah, we want a straight shot with it. All right, we should be good. Let's back this up. I don't think this truck is heavy enough to really pull that. Start to see my tires are spinning, trying to hook this in. That's good enough, I think. My tires are all spinning, yeah, because the trailer didn't want to turn. All right, you pull forward a little bit. Okay, let's dump some lime out. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, that's my bad. We want to tip a little bit out. And pull up a little bit, tip some more out. You know, we want it kind of as neat in there as we can get. All right. That is good to start with. See, I want a covered area to park this in. I don't like having this stuff out in the rain. It's unfortunate. I mean, normally I wouldn't under any circumstances, but it is raining and we don't have enough buildings yet, so it's what it is. All right, so we are going to be laying, which is our heaviest tractor? Let's see. Which tractor are we going to use? That is probably the heaviest one, but it's also the loader. There's no way this tractor weighs that much. It says it does. Let's look at it here. John Deere It says it weighs 7.3 tons. Yeah, that sounds right. Then why does this mouse over say 18.46? I don't know. We're going to use this tractor because it doesn't have the loader on it. What does it say now? Is it because the trailer was hooked up to it? Yeah. Okay. It's a heavy trailer. Well, I mean, it's a heavy trailer, yeah. All right, so yeah. This tractor, this weighs 7 tons. I think the Steyr is heavier because it's got double rear wheels, but unfortunately it has the loader, so it's got to be the one to do the loading. So we're going to get as much weight on the front of this guy as we can. Try to offset the weight of the lime, and we're going to load the lime into our fertilizer spreader. Let's get a weight attached to the front here. Now this does have fertilizer in it. We're going to want to unload that. And let's see how handy dandy our little John Deere is. So far it's been a good tractor. As you can see, I've already got 6 hours on it. I've been using it. There's been a few months of work since the last episode. I think in the last episode I mentioned that I had sold the Fendt or something, or if I hadn't already, I mentioned that I was going to. All right, so there's the fertilizer that was in it. It was full, I see. We will do something with that. Now, here's what we're going to do with this. Let's get this lowered down. And what is the button to... There we go. Open cover. Okay. I like to do stuff the manual way anyway. I would always rather load something than just magically suck it up from a nearby container with a straw. I'd rather load it. So, it'll take about 3 scoops from this, but we're going to keep an eye on the tractor and make sure that it doesn't make sure it doesn't weigh the tractor down. I love this Steyr. One of these days we're going to have to sell it too, but I might just replace it with another one because I like it. Alright, let's get this carefully dumped in there. Alright. I don't think we'll see any issues with the tractor sagging until the third bucket load. There we might see something, but the tractor is relatively heavy and it does have a 900 kilogram weight on the front, so that makes the tractor's mass about, a little over 8 tons. Let's see how this looks. Okay, we'll put one more bucket in. Holds about 3,200 or so liters, I think. At some point, we'll get some lime storage for the farm so you don't have to store it in a pile like this. Or if we do have it in a pile, we'll have it in a one like it's supposed to be, not in a wooden shed. Oh yeah, it's sagging on the rear suspension for sure. Yeah, it's definitely sagging on the rear suspension. Let's go ahead and let's see what we got here. Yeah, look at that guy sagging there. Oh, let's see what we got. It is, yeah, more or less it's full. Let's raise it up carefully and drive forward carefully. It should be a little light on the front axle. The only way to know for sure is to maneuver it in a dangerous way, so let's not do that. But it's a little light on the front axle, but it's moving fine. Alright, so we need to the next question is, how fast does this lime go? We're going to find out. It's probably going to go pretty fast, and this is why you want a lime trailer, you know, a dedicated lime spreader and not a fertilizer spreader like this. It's going to go pretty fast. But that's why we bought 15,000 liters of it. That said, we may need to get more. Lime is one of those things that you need a lot of, but the amount you need is incredibly hard to transport because it's so heavy. Yeah, see how fast this runs out here. Well, we should have a look at lime spreaders, don't you think? I think we should. Yeah, we only got that far. Let's have a look. All right, so we're going to want to look. I definitely have, I kind of have mods in like every category. We've got 165-ish mods on this save, and I try to kind of get a little everything that we might need. So there should be some. We can lease this guy. You know, yeah, lime is only a once every few years thing. Why don't we just lease this? There. Problem basically solved. I think we're going to have to get more lime though. So we're going to want to send our truck down and go pick that up. You know what we should do before we go? Before we go, check this out. Let's just dump this right here on the ground. This way, we're going down there with an empty trailer. Wait, can we take the trailer back? I just thought of that. Well, here's what I was thinking. We'll take care of that lime. I was thinking we got to come back with a lime spreader. Can we come back with this trailer too? This does not have a hitch on it. I didn't think of that. All right, well, here's what we can do. We're just going to leave this trailer here. We're going to drive down there in the Unimog. We can fit 2 pallets of lime on the back of our truck, and we'll fill up the spreader as well. That way, we'll bring the spreader back full. That's what we'll do. Make the most use out of it we can, because as you can see here, that's how far 3,000 liters went. 3,000 liters went that far. So clearly, we're going to need as much as is feasibly possible. So we'll stack 2 big bags on the back of this guy here, fill up the spreader. Hopefully that is not overweight our little Mercedes Unimog, and drive back with all that. Oh yeah, another purchase we have, which I didn't mention, this sprayer here. I purchased this a little bit ago. Why don't we go ahead and repair this? I bought it used. Yeah, it came up for sale used. It's gonna need some repairs. I haven't brought it home from the shop yet. This is gonna be great for irrigation or, well, spraying, obviously. It's pretty decently sized. It came at a great value when we still had a lot of money. See, a few months ago, before we bought that field, we had a ton of money. We had like over $1 million. And so, well, I bought that field though, and I bought that big John Deere. Well, I bought this. This will come in handy. When used equipment comes up for sale, it's really hard to resist, and this is something we were needing. So if we need to irrigate our fields, although irrigation has not been a need because, let's repair that. Yeah, we have had, it's just been raining. We had a blizzard the first winter. This entire summer, it's been pouring rain. We had tornadoes all 1 month. It's just been wild. There's been no lack of water here. But if there ever is, we'll want this for irrigation. Now, let's grab our lime spreader here. This guy holds, I think, 8,000 liters. Yeah, he holds 8,000 liters. So, and we can fit 2 in the back of the truck. So let's grab 10. Actually, I can fit more than 2 of those in the back of this truck. But there is a kind of a weight capacity issue. Let's get this trailer loaded up, and then we'll see. Yeah, I don't think this is going to work. Look at our truck suspension. Now, I do, as I mentioned earlier, I do prefer to scoop this in, but I don't have that option here, so I'm filling it this way. I don't like filling it this way. I don't like the magical fill action here, but I guess we could get a bucket for that telehandler over there. But anyway, oh, actually, yeah, we don't have to load it this way. Here, we can, I'm stupid. We can use this, yeah. I wasn't thinking there is a way to use this. See, we can just load the lime like this. There we go. That's how I should have been loading the lime. We'll just pretend I was doing it that way the whole time. Yeah, look at this truck. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. I look like one of those rednecks that's like moving, and so he loaded everything he owns on top of his station wagon. Yeah, including the engine for his 82 Camaro that doesn't run. It's strapped in the back somewhere too, right? He's trying to move everything he owns to the next trailer. His car is all jacked up like this. That's what it looks like. All right, let's... I don't think we should drive this truck, but let's just see what happens. If I put this on the back of the truck, I don't think this is going to shift the weight forward any, because it's still going to be on the back axle. Yeah, lime is heavy. Always take that into account. Maybe even heavier than stones, because lime is powdered and so it's compact. That might have helped. Kind of don't know. I don't want to drive the truck like that. Now, we can't drive the truck like that. We just can't. You gotta think, reasonably, would a farmer drive his truck like that? Absolutely not. So, We unload this. It's down here. All right, so we are transporting the lime with a tractor. Does this lime spreader not have a cover? Oh, I guess it doesn't. All right, very well. So this will get us home just fine, albeit at 23 miles an hour. This will get us home. This is why. Now, there are big lime spreaders. For instance, there's one on the Mod Hub that holds like 50,000 liters of lime. It's a big lime spreader. Be wary of that thing, because as you've seen here, if you fill it, you may not be able to pull it. Just, yeah, keep that in mind. When you see those, you're like, ooh, a huge lime spreader. It holds 50,000 liters. Be aware that if you fill it up, you may not be able to move it. Well, I'm going to get this back to the farm. We're going to be putting lime down, well, on the cornfield where you saw. We're also going to be putting lime down on the grass field and, well, planting grass. Next month we'll be planting corn. Catch up with you guys soon here on our, what do we call it now? Well, it's Montana Homestead. Soon to be 100-acre farm, but not quite yet. But that's where we're going. We're going to 100 acres. Right now we are the Montana Homestead, moving forward to bigger things. Thanks a lot, guys. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. It's another rainy day here. It's been raining a lot. Like, you look at the last few episodes of this series, and it's just raining almost every single episode. I hope this clears up one of these days. It's been really insane. Here's hoping to a clear spring. We'll find out next time. I'll see you then. Thanks, guys. Peace out.